time, come hang with the hippie, come enjoy the good vibe. Smoke up in the green room, smoke your worries away. In the green room, we'll stay in the green room. If you wanna get high, and you got the time, come hang with the hippie, come enjoy the good vibe. Smoke up in the green room, smoke your worries away. In the green room we'll stay, in the green room.
This production is brought to you by DHBN, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records.
WTHC, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Green Room. You're hanging with the hippie, and that's my lovely assistant, Granny, and my sexy bastard down there, that's Little Skunk. Little Skunk, how are you, homie?
Good evening.
Were you out in the sun today? You look a little more tan today than usual.
I was.
Yeah, that's the pleasures of living in Florida, I guess. I gotta get down there. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rich out there. Kelly, welcome in. Granny Cannabis, we love you. Thank you for taking care of the chat. Can you say something, Granny? Because I want to make sure the volume is.
Hello. I'm so excited to be
Everything
here.
is good. Everything is good. I want to welcome everybody. Without further ado, let's welcome our friends Tony and Tyler from Cultivated Mind.
Yes.
Woo, the crowd is going crazy. Welcome in. Thank you so very much for joining us. I appreciate it. I can't thank you enough, really.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Yeah,
it's very hard for us DJs to get superstars like yourselves to come on the show. And I beg and I get turned down constantly. And I appreciate you guys finally giving in and saying, all right, dumbass, leave us alone. We'll come on the show. So
Is that really how he talked you guys into this?
Not at all. More than happy to do it. And we're musicians and definitely not big shots. We just like making music, and we're happy that anyone takes an interest and it spins on tracks. That means more than anything. So
we're very interested in your music over here. We run what we call our Highland vibes, because we're all about THC here on WTHC Radio. So we're about the legalization of recreational and medical marijuana. And of course, we love all the guys out there who sing and make songs about that stuff. And of course, reggae and that kind of ska and that whole kind of vibe. And we just love it. You guys are amazing and you guys kick ass. And
thank you.
We play you as often as we can without getting in trouble.
Thank you. That means the world, for real. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. I got a million questions. So
I've got one question before we start.
Go ahead, Little Skunk.
What genre do you guys call your music?
You want me to handle it? You guys?
Yeah, you can.
Really, we call it East Coast reggae, but it's really the foundation is roots reggae music and a lot of like kind of hard bop jazz and blues and Latin music. So if we had to put a combo together, it's really reggae, Latin, jazz, and blues kind of pushed with, I would say 75% of it being more on the roots reggae end of things. So we call it East Coast reggae because I grew up with friends who are Puerto Rican. We have friends of the Caribbean. I'm Italian and have family from New York and familiar with boom bap music quite a bit. So anything that comes from the East Coast, we kind of try and mix with reggae. But reggae is still like the forefront, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. I am.
Thank you. I have trouble figuring out what to call it.
Yeah,
reggae. I would say I wanted to say reggae, but I know that they play with the jazz, and you can hear.
I can definitely feel the jazz in it. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I would say reggae overall. Yeah, I like it. Good answer. Good answer. All right. If your sound were a strain of weed, what would it be called, and what are the effects?
Oh wow. Our sound was a.
You can always call a friend, or you could pass, plead the fifth.
That's tough. The way.
Not an indica.
Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, I never fell asleep listening.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gorilla Glue. I like that.
I mean, that's my favorite strand anyway. So
yeah, all right. So those are your
Excellent
favorite-
choice.
What's your effect of your music? What would you think the effect of your strain would be? So, like, what would your music? What effect does it have on the people? Come on.
Definitely.
You got us dancing. Come on,
Upbeat, yeah.
Shiva. Boop, 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 boop.
Uplifting feeling and brings you joy.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. What's the
Conscious
weirdest?
thinking.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just saying, promotes conscious thinking.
Right.
I like that.
I agree. Yeah. What is the weirdest genre mashup you've ever attempted? Polka reggae, metal fusion, maybe?
We've done some weird stuff. Over the years, we've blended everything from Italian songs to, almost Bondia music and stuff like that into jams, depending on the events and venues we've played and other bands we jam with. But
Right. In the beginning, you take whatever gig you can get. So if it's a bar mitzvah, you're in there singing
Hava Nagila Hava all night. L'chaim to all our Jewish brothers and sisters.
Thank you for knowing the words, because I didn't. But thank you for knowing the words. But yeah, I get it. So you in the beginning.
He didn't even have to pause. It was just right there.
He knew it. He did it before.
Those that work of Italian, that's cousins. Jewish people. Somehow we all got cousins or uncles somewhere down the line.
Right. I get you. So yeah, that's awesome. So I get it. So you've always sung everything, and then now you've tried to combine it all together and trying all different combos, and some of them work, and I guess some don't. I know you don't put the ones that don't work out, right?
No, we have.
Eargasm music. The Herbal Frequencies has got it right. They said eargasm music. That's right. That's 100% right.
I agree.
Whatever works. And some people there was a rapper from England when I first started off, and big shout out to my brother Brian Williams, who helped me get our Instagram started and really helped pump us up. And when we were first getting that established, we were linking up with really every artist we could to try and get followers and build the page. And a queen from England, Miss Ashley, or not Ashley, excuse me, big Elizabeth, but Haley Drew. Haley Drew was a rapper that we first started with, and we weren't doing hip hop at the time. And then after we kind of did a track with her, that became something that we ended up liking and throwing a lot into the music. So, especially being from the East Coast where there's a million rappers, I really didn't think that I would be with, someone from England, what I'm saying, who's a rapper, and have that be one of our first collabs we ever did. So I think right off the bat, unconventional was kind of on the table.
Right. And you never know what's going to happen. So you have to be prepared at all times, you don't know. Yeah. You could be rapping with a woman from England. And next thing you know, you're out with Bumpin' Uglies. Right.
Yeah. We've matched it up a few times with them too, as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. We just had them on recently. So
nice.
How I find all you guys is I read all those flyers, and I pick up all the bands that are on all the flyers of all the festivals everywhere, and then I just pick them up and I follow them all, and they're all gonna get a chance to come on here if they answer me back. God damn it! Not you guys. You guys did good. You guys were good. Thank you. All right, moving on. Do you ever argue over who gets to play the coolest riff?
You want me to take? I have a smart aleck answer. Do you want to go ahead?
Answers are good too.
We used to have a band, like a full squad, and we're just starting to get that back now after 5 or 6 years. So for a while, I was just looping, and he was playing percussion, drums, and timbales.
Yeah, he plays a whole bunch of shit over there. Everything that you kind of.
Yeah, so I think that's that. I was the only guitar player and trumpet player. There's no competition for who's fighting me for guitar licks. So for a while, no, because it just didn't happen. And he'll talk on the bongos while I'll do a solo or something like that, and kind of have a conversation with him. And so no, we haven't had that be an issue because there is no other guitar player. So by default,
it's probably easier when there's only two and you don't. Really
There's not a lot of arguing on stage.
We were talking about that. We met Days Ago last night. I don't know if you've heard of them. Days Ago, They're an up and coming East Coast band right from Buffalo, New York, and they're playing with Brandon of Bumpin' Uglies and a bunch
Be
of
hard.
Be hard. Be hard. Yeah, be hard. All right. Anyway, yes, they were talking about it, and we were saying how it's harder when you have 4 or 5 members of a band. You have to try to keep everybody all on the same page and all agreeing and trying to get everything to work. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Moving on. What is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened during a gig?
From what I can recall, I know we've had there was one that happened at Bistro Boulevard where some people just happened to have too much to drink and somebody actually just fell over on all the equipment and we had to stop.
But we've had a couple where that's happened.
I've done that a couple times. I am so sorry. No, I didn't do it to you guys.
It's nobody's fault. It's just,
So over the long period of time,
it's that damn alcohol, I'll tell you.
we were. It's not like we were up on a stage or anything like that. Everybody was walking.
When you have too many drinks and all of a sudden the floor starts to get wobbly, I've done it. I've fallen into a drum set or two. I probably wasn't supposed to be up on the stage, but we've discussed that in past shows where I got yelled at for being up on stage and say, "Get off the stage, you fat bastard!"
But
You could have the whole band if you hit the drums, bro.
They weren't happy. They weren't happy. They rolled me off onto the floor where all the beer was spilt. It was disgusting. I'm sorry. Moving on. All right. Where did we go? We were at most ridiculous thing. That was me. Okay. If Cultivated Mind had a mascot, what would it be and what would it be smoking? We like to talk about smoking.
We do have a mascot. It's part of our emblem. And this is a great moment to clarify and completely screw with everyone.
Let's get it out there because I've been looking at it all week and I've been trying to figure out what the hell the Pac-Man eating.
That's old. And when we first started, I don't know, I've been putting out music since maybe 14 years ago as a reggae artist. And when I first had it, I used a logo generator and spliced 3 shapes together to make that. And I wanted something that looked like a mind, but also had something animalistic about it. So I gave it tentacles. I think it might have had the eyeball on it, and I chopped something else. It was like a mushroom or something. And
at least that makes a little sense to me. Now I got it.
I didn't have
any idea when I first saw it. I was
and the whole third eye concept of being a little bit more conscious than what your 2 eyes give you. And then people started, because we're full of it's a bay where we live, so everybody is jellyfish is immediately what everybody came to mind. And so our original conga player would draw jellyfish with the 1 eye on it. Drew, big shout out to Drew, man. And that's how
Drew.
Shout out to Drew and the whole crew, man, from the beginning. And those dudes kind of also helped bring that into the jellyfish thing. But really, I get something different every time I talk to somebody. So it's just a Rorschach test at this point,
What do you see?
Yeah, what do you think it is?
I told you, I thought it was Pac-Man eating something, but I'm stoned.
That's what it is.
How are you, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. We have a lot of people in here. Thank you guys for being here. We do have our 420 song coming up. What'd you say, Granny?
Oh, I said we've got Herbal Frequencies, T-Bro. There's a whole bunch of people in there.
Granny, Grethel, welcome in,
you all
everybody.
for joining us.
All right, moving on. If Cultivated, oh no, I did that one. What's your guilty pleasure song that you secretly love but would never play it live?
Great question, by the way. Great question. TC, you want to take this first one?
Stevie Wonder, Secret. Come on, something.
Oh man.
Come on, Eileen.
Come on, Eileen.
What do you have?
I love old songs, and I don't think they're corny, but I don't listen to the radio a lot. So I remember hearing this at a club and going, "What is this? The why a man great till they gotta be great."
Yeah.
Lizzo. I don't know why that one particular song by Lizzo.
Yeah.
That bitch. That is that song.
Yeah.
I started laughing when I first heard it, and I was like, "Yo, this is hot. Who is this?" And they were like, "You don't know who Lizzo is?" And I was like, "I don't know any modern."
I don't listen to music.
Lizzo is amazing. Lizzo is awesome.
That tune just
Excellent
blew my head
choice.
off. I was like,
Excellent
yo, this
choice.
is. I remember being in Chicho's going, what is this, yo? Yeah. So TC, listeners, mine.
I mean, that would be a good one, but I mean, I don't think I have any to think of off the top of my head.
You got a guilty pleasure. Let's think of something.
Give me back my bullets by Skinner, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I love Skinner. I wouldn't be.
Not a guilty
He
pleasure.
would play that live. See, it has to be something that's a little weird that he wouldn't want to play live in front of everybody. So it
How
has to
about
be like
Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by Wham?
Karma Chameleon by Boy George.
Especially for the last few years, it has been just me and him playing. And I've always thought it would be funny. I don't know if it's necessarily a guilty pleasure because we love this song and we cover other songs by Bill Withers, but I've always thought it would be funny if we came out to just the two of us.
Yeah.
Do it. Oh, yes. I would. That's perfect.
I support that. I think that's a great
I
one.
do too.
Yeah, that's just the two of us.
And then we just come out and then we start playing. So
That's a good song to come out to. Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
If you were a wrestling duo, that would be even cooler.
Yeah.
If you guys were coming out in tights, just the two of us.
Boy,
Tag team champions,
that'd be
cultivated.
like WrestleMania, bro.
All right, moving. Oh, we got a 420 song. All right, fellas, this is going to give you an opportunity to run to the bathroom or do anything you need to do because it's going to bring us all down. We're going to play a video real quick for our 420 song. This is what I was talking to you guys before about. So if you can get us some videos, we'd be happy to play yours as well when we're doing live podcasts with other guests. So here we go. Oh, absolutely. Thank you guys for being here. Let's play the Clan. We're having them on. They're coming up on the 20th. That's not tomorrow, but the next day. Here is Clan with I think this one is Letter.
Wake and bake, I sip my coffee, twisting herb, that's my hobby. Can I kick it? Can I party? Me and my natives, get it started. Touchdown switch, I hit the target. Carving, sewing, painting, drawing. Make this money, split them profits. What I do, I know she wants it. Live my life, they reading comments. Moving silent, stacking comments. Numbers talking, I know they watching. I stay dreaming while I'm conscious. Seal for drift with the otter. Rose gold chain with the copper. Ravens, eagles, cling it hotter. Whales and wolves is wild style. I got a letter that was sent from me. I get high. It always feels good to be. I got a letter that was sent from me. I get high. It always feels good to be. Hey, hit or miss, this my hobby. Smoking choke, this that chronic. Wish you could be in this party. All my natives getting started. I stay woke, like the prophet spoken word. Let's see who follows. Clink at Haida, who could've thought though? Like who would've thought though? I'm that native, really rep it. We go big, this ain't Texas. Check the rap, she ask who next is. Grizz and native, stay invested. Fish and moose, we stay ingested. Manifest without a question. Changing life around the nations. Through our music, through our message. I'm that native, sip my coffee. All the haters get up off me. Life is sweet, just like toffee. Can I kick it? Can I party? I'ma do me, that's regardless. See the hats and leather boots. See the trees and spruce roots. Check our names, we chiefs too. I got a letter that was sent from me. I get high. It always feels good to be. I got a letter that was sent from me. I get high. It always feels good to be.
All the memories that you sent to me. I get high.
We're back. So there they are. That's Clan. They're right out of Alaska. They now live in Washington State up there in the Northwest. And they're going to be joining us on, what's today? Tuesday? On Thursday night at 8 p.m. right here in the green room. Welcome back, fellas. You good?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, yeah, like that. We do that every time we do a podcast, and we run several podcasts over the weekend. So we have 4 or 5 of them now on the weekend. So,
And when we're just playing music we play it every.
We play you guys all the time. Then anyway,
we do. But yeah.
Moving on. If your music was a food truck, what would you serve?
Oh,
Chicken wings. You want chicken wings?
Hot wings.
I do like wings. Wings with different sauces from different culinary backgrounds.
Yes.
Excellent choice.
All over different, from different culinary backgrounds, right? That's beautiful because that's kind of like your music. Yeah, I like that.
We also like chicken and straight up.
Spice it up.
We also like classics. Yeah.
Shout out to the chicken wings. I'm with you on that one. I remember, I'm old enough to remember when we used to go to the bar and get them for 10 cents each. Yeah, 10-cent chicken wings. Imagine that.
Dude.
And then they went to 25 cents, and then all of a sudden they were $4 for old. Now I'm like, what? And then they don't even cook them right. They're all chewy and fatty now. Ugh.
Yeah, blobby. Just
Yeah, I want mine crunchy and crispy.
Yeah, crispy.
Covered in blue cheese, baby. Woo! All right, now I'm getting hungry. All right. That could work. Ever forgot your own lyrics on stage and just freestyled something random?
Oh, yeah. And what's up? Oh, yeah. And I didn't do it a lot. This has happened recently. I used to hate on people that did that and was like, I'll never forget my own lyrics. And then this year, I did a bunch of collabs with people, and they kept calling me up, but I had a bunch of collabs. I didn't remember all my verses that I put on there. So I'm going up there and getting halfway through and then patching something from something else together. It was rough, man. So now I don't hate on people when they forget theirs, and I feel like a jerk.
I ask all of them, and they all lie to me. I think they all lie. You're the first one to ever be honest. No offense, Be Hard. I love you.
There's a lot going on.
I don't think I asked Be Hard, but I asked a lot of them, and they all say, no, once you know them, it's like old hat. It's like riding a bicycle. You just know them. You know them. You're up there.
I mean, there are hits that I don't call them hits. We call them hood hits because people in our neighborhood know them and maybe up and down the East Coast do, but they're not like international tunes. But they're songs that people know. Thing. And the words to it, we'll never forget East Coast Rising, Attend the Garden, To Find My Way, or Memories, David. None of those tunes ever leave my memory, but a lot of the stuff that I do. So I'll go with your other artists on that. Our own tunes that we craft from front to back. Yeah, I don't forget the lyrics on any of Cultivated Mind album songs.
Right.
But have I forgotten verses that I did with another homie like 3 years ago? Or you betcha. And completely screwed up. Part.
I'm going to say, and you got to take into consideration your state of mind at that time. Who knows where, especially with the world, the way it's changing and the flour being as free as it's ever been, and not free as in cost because that shit's fucking crazy, but free as in we can do it. Woo.
Yeah.
Anyway. You know what I mean? So you're under the influence of some marijuana. How do you remember all that shit? I can't remember my name half the time.
But when you set moods with the music and you've written the drum parts and the bass parts and literally recorded it yourself and run through lyrics and sang them 50 times doing bad takes, they become
you guys are playing instruments as well. Hello, that's like 2 brains singing and having to remember how to hit the bongos at the right time or
that makes
switch or flip that switch. You guys are amazing.
That's called rhythm.
I guess that's why they call them artists, right?
Yeah.
That's if you want to get
talented artists. All right, moving on. Has anyone ever tried to pay you in weed for a show? Or have you ever did a show for weed?
Definitely, but not without me knowing.
And don't worry, we are not.
There's been a show in the past where it was our guys that were friends, and I said, and honestly, they ended up throwing us like $200 too on top of it. But there's when it's something like that where it's like a close friend and we're doing a backyard party for a homie, I always tell them first, we'll gladly pay for weed or for food or whatever for this
We'll
particular
play for the beers and the weed and
we don't play with that. So if we know you run a bar and you try and throw us some ganja and not money, that's a different ball game because I lose what you made that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, moving on. All right. What's your creative process like? Do you guys meditate, spark up, or just jam and see what happens?
My creative process is I usually will I like to set a certain tone or mood for myself. So I usually will spark up some sort of something. I'll either take a couple bong hits or smoke a joint or something, and then I will put on usually some music or something whatever I'm trying to feel. If it's uppity, if I want to feel uppity, if I'm trying to like chill out and relax, some kind of more slow and mellow. But if it's like I had to record some stuff earlier and we tracked some drums, and I had to just smoke a doobie and listen to what track we were going to record the drums for, and it just set the tone. And that's how I am able to get into my creative mindset.
Very nice. Very nice. And I love how marijuana is involved because they say that it's not good for us, but I don't know. That sounded like it works for you, bro. It worked. Got you right where you want to be.
Yeah,
son.
for me, it kind of takes like a big
coincidence, Nick, Granny? Is that a coincidence that
a
it
whole
works?
bunch of things, and it's able to
I think that the body is created for it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in us. I think this weed.
Oh, you have receptors already built into you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I agree with that. And for a lot of the songs, we had a whole hard drive worth of albums fail. And so we lost like albums, and we've recreated and brought back some of the old files that weren't corrupted. And so as far as process going, I would say that, I mean, sometimes
you had what happened?
we lost a hard drive with some of the albums on them that we were going to release. It got corrupted. And so it undid a bunch of the work in like late versions of things that I had edited, and some of them still had original trombone guy Chris Wyatt was on there, and we got some of his stuff back. But some of the old parts of, and even some stuff that I had from other horn players, just got kind of eaten up. I guess
that's stuff that you can't ever get back. Those days, those moods, those times.
I know. Photographer who's lost hard drives here, so I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Yeah. I like that pain just gutted me for you. I love your work, and for you guys to have lost.
Absolutely, I agree.
I want to cry for you right now, and I kind of want to cry for me because I didn't get to hear it.
Oh, when people are like, put out an album in a minute, I'm like, I almost want to but like, I'm like, I know,
you have no idea.
I know, yeah, but we've been able to recreate things a lot, and to also bring back a few raw files that we had from emails.
Right. I was going to say, look at it this way. You guys have the knowledge. You remember some of the stuff, and this is your opportunity to take those to the next level.
That's the idea.
You had them. They were great, and now you're going to bring them even further and even better. I think that's what's going to happen. Now,
I believe that, yes.
Moving on. I'm sorry. What's one lyric you've written that still gives you chills?
Oh, that's arrogant for me to say, isn't it?
No, I mean it gives you.
No, when you write something, you feel it every time you sing it, and you feel it, and you feel the power in your words and your music. You're allowed to feel that power.
Yeah, you're allowed. Tell them, Granny. See, that's what I'm
right.
I'm not allowed to be sad over here. So.
I have maybe like 3 or 4 that I think still stick out to me. One of them is the line in East Coast Rising that I'm from the coast that people leave to chase their dreams, that we never really give enough. That hurts me that we always have artists that really push hard for art's sake and not
for the West Coast to try to become a star.
Yeah.
And we sometimes forget that this is where it all starts, and we should invest sometimes into home.
New York.
Absolutely.
But that line, living in the reverb and memories, because it's just to me, the fact that reverb and delay are such prominent effects in reggae music, which is also seeped in tradition, or a delay in whatever you want to call it, a time or the past, walking in the past, essentially. That's something about you can take it at face value if I'm living in the past or literally living in the reverb as a reggae musician. But reverb being the echo of things that kind of is life. emanating from original energy sources, stuff like that. So that one sticks out a lot. And then I don't know, Sunday School in general, probably that song has a lot of meaning to me. So I don't know. I don't want to ask my drummer.
Took his song, man.
But if you have any that songs that you can take off the top of your head.
What's up, Red Eyes? How are you? Welcome in, Matt. Thank you, John.
There is definitely a lyric from his that I've always appreciated. It's the I'd rather have 4 shiny quarters than 100 dirty pennies in my pocket.
And that's not one of my lyrics, technically.
No, but
the truth comes out over here on WTHC.
Wait! I want to hear how technically that's not yours, because that's some badass lyrics.
I think most people know that quote. It's a really famous Al Capone quote.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Someone said something about friends and having a lot of friends, and he was like, "I'd rather have 4 shiny quarters than 100 dirty pennies."
Yeah,
I know that quote. I come from an area of Michigan where Al Capone was a lot of history here, so I was like, woohoo! I wondered if you had the right answer, and you did.
Something where I'm influenced by something, I have no qualm. That's what we need to do as musicians: is push on whatever artists, public figures, musicians influenced us, and kind of we've got nods on our new album that have like straight up nods to Old Dirty and Wu-Tang and all sorts of like our favorite musicians. We want young kids to go out.
You gotta be careful because all of a sudden you put some support out there, and then all of a sudden they're in trouble by the law.
No. We're gonna build music. We're gonna use music to build the people up and remember our history. That's what musicians' jobs have been throughout the centuries.
I'm talking
These
about
guys are doing it.
Diddy, that's all I was saying.
No. Well,
we're
no
not trying
Diddy over here. God damn it, Granny.
We're not trying to do that or obviously do copyright infringement.
Oh no.
But certain stuff where, especially as like a jazz and a reggae musician, there's no school for this. The same for hip hop. And so now you can have jazz school, but back in the day when it was at its height, it was people passing on the things they learned and quoting and doing nods to their favorite musicians to keep it going. That's why James Brown breakbeats are in every early hip hop song. That was a hot what everybody grew up on the time in the 70s and put into their music. So I have dedications to Mario Lanza. You know what I'm saying? It's not just hip hop. It's people that I grew up and heard, or my grandma showed me, and stuff
that influenced you.
And the heavy rock beats that we have in some of our songs that come across more aggressive than laid back. That's kind of how we came up in this area, was playing loud, aggressive music. So we're trying to include.
Can I ask how old you guys are? Can I ask, or is that illegal?
You want to guess?
I would guess. Yeah, let me guess. I'm gonna say you're both in your 30s. I'm gonna say late 30s. 38 and 36. Either way.
Well, you insulted me. You nailed me right. I'm about to be 37. So
I am 29.
28.
Yep.
You look a little old. You got that old soul look to you.
Yeah, I've looked this way for like 10 years. So
see, yeah,
he looks like Sammy, but with glasses.
I can't grow a beard, so this one's fake.
My kid Sammy, but with glasses. He does.
A little smaller too, I think.
Yeah, he's a young gun, and I bully him every chance I get.
No,
you should not bully him. He's very tall.
He keeps me in line. If you go to a show, you watch him holding it all together. Mr. Tony is the boss. He doesn't get enough credit for that.
If you could collab with any artist, living or dead, who would it be and why? Each of you.
We get this one a lot. You want to take this one first?
I would love to collab with like Damian Marley, somebody like that, because of that like roots and then like hip hop,
Nice.
old background, and we have a lot of in our music too. So I feel like that'd be a good fit. Tony,
I think it would be a great fit.
Yeah. I love a lot of stuff too. So different influences and stuff. I wish if Charles Mingus was alive, I could match it up with him. He's one of my favorites. For Latin music, Ray Barretto is probably like at my top. He's a salsa musician and conga player, band leader. And then I would, for reggae, there's a million. I would love to Midnight. We got to play shows with Akabeka, and I love Vaughn Benjamin, and that was a real treat. But I never got to make music with him. Capleton, we almost played with him, didn't pan out. But like I'm a big fan of him, but I'll be real with you, Ernest Ranglin. Like to be able to sit with Ernest Ranglin and play guitar with Ernest Ranglin would be like in jazz heavy, like, and it does Latin music too, like right up my alley in a real. He invented the skank, the chicka chicka, like, and he's a brilliant jazz guitar player. From the simplest thing in reggae to the most advanced stuff in the music, he kind of covers and spans everything. And I don't know, Ranglin would probably be up to the top.
Yeah, very nice, very cool. What does Cultivated Mind mean to you personally? I kind of guess you may have answered that already when we were talking about your emoji. Your emoji.
So when I was younger, I was going into teaching, and at that time I was also experimenting with mind expansion, and I got really, I really was into trying to get people to think for themselves. And as a young public educator too, I really didn't like that my students would just accept things as they were and would never question anything. And so we always joke like, cultivate your mind. Don't let someone else come up and mess with things. Like make your own decisions. And I would be like, Mr. Brand, Mr. Tony, your teacher might be a complete putz, and you shouldn't just take everything I give you as fact and truth. And maybe throw something back at me and question me every now and then. And so that kind of was the beginning of it. And the fact that we want, reggae is about self-reliance, and that like you don't have to lean on people if you can work and push for yourself. And that doesn't, we're not making a comment about public works or anything right now. Anytime the government trying to help, thanks. So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like for people to believe in themselves and have that kind of faith in themselves to where they are able to stand on their own 2 feet and maybe step out of what situation they are. I think that's kind of part of it too. You're trying to cultivate your mind and get yourself into a different way of thinking to empower yourself. And you can't help other people if you're broken. And like we've all been broken. I've had points in my life, I know TC has, where you just felt like you couldn't help anybody. And a lot of that wasn't because you were just letting people pump junk in your head and tell you what you should be doing or where you're going. Instead, maybe you should have made your own decisions about yourself, So it kind of comes from that.
Wow. Deep. Way deeper than I thought it was going to get. Thank you. That was awesome.
Typically, people think it's about weed. You can go with that too.
Great answer. Absolutely a great answer. That was that one. What role does cannabis play in your creativity? Did we do that already? I don't think so.
I think we kind of discussed it though.
You asked what my creative process was, and I just happened to mention that cannabis was a part of my process. So yeah, it definitely plays a role in mine. I usually, even before we play, and then usually on our breaks, that's what I need to. There's so much always going on.
Now, you're in Virginia most of the time. I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
No, that's Tyler.
Oh, sorry, but yeah,
Tyler. That's what I meant.
No, you're good. You're good. But no, it just takes, for me, when I'm doing anything, it takes everything and like instead of everything being everywhere, it just kind of helps me hone everything into one.
Yeah, what I was going to cut in and ask is it's a medical state there? Are you guys medical patients?
So it's recreational.
It's recreational there.
Mm-hmm.
It's recreational and decriminalized, but if you are not allowed to sell unless you have the proper paperwork, and it is only able to be bought with a medical license. So if you buy low key from a friend and no one sees the transaction or whatever, and you're driving home with weed in your car, they're going to let you go home and keep the weed, which is insane. I've had guns pointed in my face by police officers, reaching below the window trying to hide stuff in the book bag. All sorts of stuff over the years where like now they just go, oh yeah, we're not taking your weed. Have a good one, sir. This is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, it's fine now. Anyway, all right. How do you balance conscious lyrics with good vibes and fun?
We're not always worried about fun. That's why. So sometimes the music, we want everybody to enjoy the music. But as far like we have no problem playing in minor keys and delivering a message that maybe is a little bit more of like, hey, let's repent as a human species for being knuckleheads. And so to us, fun works when all of us are on the same level equally. So we try and balance the sounds that we put behind the music to balance message. If it's a fun song or it's something where like cultivate your mind, we want it to be sing-songy like kids can sing, because we want to like a pill in the cheese to your dog. We want kids to get that, oh, I can be smart. Smart's not nerdy. Smart is where the power is. And intelligence is where the power is, you know. And like so, songs like that, I don't want that menacing. I want the kids to go like, oh, this is fun to like I can bounce to this.
There's positivity to it.
Yeah, and if we're coming at I don't know atrocities of governments and stuff like that, then we're gonna put some
darker, heavier. Yeah.
We're not gonna be as fun about the song, but it might be intense, and if that's what fits that, just like a movie. If you got like two guys at a showdown about the blast off in a western, you don't want like polka music. Yeah. Kicking in.
Right. A fist fight, you're not gonna have polka, right? I got you. Very cool.
So from tune to tune, it depends on the tune how we kind of use the
we
music.
We fit the fun and the seriousness into the kind of the tone of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I what about after? You guys have to have some fun in your lives, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How do you spell that?
Fun, yes. You have a wife or kids? No.
I'm married and I have 2 dogs.
I have a girlfriend at home, and we raise a daughter together. And yeah, I
fun.
You gotta have fun. Yeah, lots of fun with them doing all kinds of family stuff.
Yeah. All right.
No, we try to have fun as much as possible. I crack jokes constantly. You know what I'm saying?
But you guys work so hard. That's why I'm like, I don't want you guys to kill yourselves trying to do this and not enjoy yourselves at the same time. It's all about taking care of yourselves. You know, you want to make yourselves happy. So as long as this is making yourselves happy, is it paying the bills, or you guys have full-time jobs?
Absolutely. You know, I'm not starving. You know what I'm saying? So do I live in the nicest neighborhood? Not necessarily. You know, so, like
we have roofs over our heads and foods in our belly.
Yeah. You know, I think the fact that we're doing this in a time where, first off, we're speaking out on stuff that would normally get people in other countries in trouble. We're able to kind of put all our opinions out without getting too much backlash, like legally, and still make a living. And like my wife hasn't kicked me out yet, so. I feel like no, we're not rich, but like I'm making as much as I did as a public educator, which to me is a good balance and a decent living. So
absolutely,
you work all year round now and not have the summers off.
Yeah, now we go full time in the summer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're working double time in the summer and you're home in the winter when you're freezing your ass off. Anyway, moving on.
Virginia, they're just kind of chill.
All right.
We actually got a little bit of a brutal winter this year. We got a good bit of snow this year.
Not like them. They're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, no, but for us, Virginia.
Yeah. He's from Michigan. She gets it even worse than I do, and I get it pretty bad. And she gets it every day.
We got 0 snow.
Tomorrow, it's going to snow again tomorrow.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm supposed to get an inch or 2 for crying out.
Yeah.
Damn it. It's 58 today. Anyway.
And I was barefoot today, so I don't know.
Do your songs ever come to you in dreams? Do songs ever come to you in dreams?
Do they?
Nah, I wouldn't. Maybe subconsciously, and I don't really know it or connect the dots because I'm a stupid human, and there's bigger things at work, and there could be things that I like don't remember from my dreams that have influenced songs. Maybe a lot of it comes from being in tight spots. And either fumbling terribly or becoming victorious over a challenge. And like, those are kind of like a lot of the gears I have, but no, I wish
inspirational. You seem to have a lot of inspirational songs behind you guys.
Thank you. I don't, does your licks and stuff come to you in dreams? No. I don't dream a lot, man. You talk about smoking weed.
I don't dream either. I think I sleep through my dreams.
Yeah, you need some RSO. You get some beautiful dreams with RSO.
I sleep through my dreams. I don't know.
Really? Oh, I get glitter dreams from RSO. I love it.
That sounds fantastic. Whatever we're heaving on apparently is just knocking us out.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm like, I don't remember my dreams. I wake up and I don't think I ever dream. Once in a blue moon. The other day I dreamt.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, and then I never remember it when I do it.
Yeah, and then I only remember parts, and I'm like, damn it, I had a dream last night about you, talking to my wife.
I think I'll like wake up and be like, oh, I had a dream, and by that time I'm like, and now I've already forgot it.
So to answer your question, maybe. Maybe dreams influence on songs. Maybe
they lock themselves. You can answer it because inspirational. You have a lot of inspiration in your songs, so I mean that's That's the anyway. Going on. If your band had a superpower, what would it be?
Endurance.
Oh, I like that.
That's also the name of our upcoming album.
I feel that actually. I feel that.
Endurance. I like that. I don't know if that's a superpower though. Is it a superpower?
I think so.
X-ray vision or fly.
Is it now? Like, but endurance.
I guess it's
Who
like
was the super endurance guy?
Flash, maybe he was endurance. Strength and endurance. Yeah, all right.
The Hulk. The Hulk kind of had it all. Like.
There you go. Yeah, I guess the Hulk had endurance.
I'll allow it.
In a lot of ways.
I'll allow it. The judges say endurance is good. It's good. We're good.
All right.
Who's most likely to leave something important at the venue?
Oh, damn. I don't know.
We're both kind of on our stuff.
We are, but I have left an entire cymbal bag before. I remember one.
Oh, ouch!
I remember one time I was doing. I have a buddy Nick who lives in a different part of Virginia who I also play with. He's the singer of a band called Circus Child.
Circus Child.
Shout out. And I play drums with him occasionally. And one time we were playing at a festival, an arts festival, and then the next day I had to play with Tony, and I was pulling my stuff out to practice because we were going to practice before we went to Virginia Beach to go play that night. And I get all my stuff out of the car, and all my cymbals are not there. And I was like, oh, no. They're at Richmond in the hotel parking lot of the art festival we just played at. And I was like, oh, no. So instead of practice, I had to go back to
drive all the way back.
No, not drive back. Go to because we were going to be playing in Virginia Beach, and luckily there's a big music store. There's a guitar center in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, no, that would have been way too long a drive.
That's not lucky.
So I had to go drop a new $500-$600 on cymbals because
that's not lucky. That's still dropping $500 or $600 on cymbals.
Yeah.
So that's not lucky.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, I should play that.
Don't make that mistake twice, believe me.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. What's the wildest thing a fan has ever said or done?
You want to? I got some crazy ones.
Dude, I remember. You remember we were playing? I know this might be a little inappropriate. I don't know what.
No, nothing's inappropriate on WTHC Radio.
Okay, well, I remember we were playing a show at place
Richmond.
No, the Vanguard when we played the benefit show or whatever.
I just remember Ronnie's my boy.
Yeah, no, and absolutely everything was good. Yeah, it was a compliment. It was a great compliment. It was just one we've never received, but a couple was dancing and everything like that. And after the set, she came up and was like, "I've never listened to music, and it has made me
climax."
Yeah, wet is what she
used.
Well,
there you go.
I was like, "Wow, I don't even."
Her husband was right there,
and he was like, "Giving us they were just dancing. He was like, we saw them in front of us dancing the whole time, and then she comes up and tells us that, and we're just like that happy to have done that for you. He's just giving us the thumbs up.
We could help you out.
Yeah,
inspiration means a lot, you know.
You can book us anytime. Book us all the time.
Book us anytime. Here, buy the album.
Yeah, exactly.
I had one lady come up with two
male
friends at a show in Richmond at Cary Street Cafe, and at that point, I unfortunately smoked cigarettes, so I had stepped out for a cigarette during the halftime. And when I was outside, it was me and I believe my keyboardist Jobin. Shout out to Jobin, and it hadn't been but 5 minutes, and this older lady walks by, maybe a good 20 to 30 years our senior, but very, very much out to party that night with two younger men as wingmen. And I think they might have been a thing together. I couldn't really piece what was going on. And the lady asked us if we would like to hang out after the show, something like that. And I said, no, we got to drive back to Virginia. And while I'm looking her in the face, she proceeds to put her hand at my temperature and not take it off, leave while she's talking to me. Like not like she isn't doing it. Her eyes, nothing's giving her away, but her hand is right there. And the two dudes are like, I think she's into you. And I'm like, you need to get homegirl off me, like right now. And I was like, we're
like,
good.
That's assault, man. Come on.
And did that. And I was like, I don't know what's happening, but
Just
not
like
you
that.
or three of you. Nothing's happening tonight, and I'm going back in. So there's been some weird moments with some older drunk people where they're just like, I'm going to take you home. And they have you by the
You're just like, I need coffee. I have to stay aware now.
Yeah. It gets, I mean, especially at like 2 a.m, you're unloading stuff.
You just got done sweating all fucking night. You've been jamming out, playing music, having a grand old time, and now you got some old broad grabbing your cock. Sounds fun. Doesn't sound like.
As a young man, I didn't know what was happening. You know, now that I'm older, I would have laughed it off. At the time, I just froze and was like,
cannot believe shock.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is going down.
As a young man, you would have taken her home. Don't lie. You would have been like, all right, come on, let's go. If she didn't have to with her, you would have been going.
I have a
I
question.
don't know. I probably would have froze up every time, regardless of age. I was pretty surprised.
Are you shy? Are you a shy guy, Tony?
No, I mean, I didn't move, but I didn't really know what
out there in the middle of the
either. If you got a hold of him, I'd be like,
But she didn't stop
Well, you're
talking.
afraid to run because what if she just keeps a hold of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to move because she
For a
grabs any
while,
tighter.
but she spoke-
You don't know.
She spoke normal. So that was the draw. Like, she didn't break the conversation to do it. It was just like, well, hey, I don't know, you having a good one? I'm like, yeah, if you guys want to come hang with us tonight. And then she's like this, and I'm like, you know, so you don't know what to do with that.
To you before. Tell him when that happened to you, remember?
Yes, EB.
You're so talkative over there, you Skunky. You're so talkative. You have any questions for these guys, Skunky?
No, I'm in learning mode.
I'm in learning mode. Okay, you're doing a great job of learning over there. Who's the better road trip DJ, Tony or Tyler? I would assume in the radio there on the way while driving, going anywhere.
I think we're going to be finding that out soon, actually. Unfortunately, I haven't been on many of the farther road trip shows.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a bunch scheduled up here soon, and we will be finding that out. But I think it'll be interesting to find out who is the better DJ.
All right. Are you coming to PA in that bunch of stuff coming up this way?
Not the first one. Not for. We might.
I'm a New Yorker originally from Long Island. Woo, woo. So I'm going to go that way. And I am, I was born in Albany, actually, so all over New York. But I'm willing to go to New York, New Jersey. I'm interested.
Oh, no, he'll be for some of that. Yep. We'll be with Joe Samba and Aqua Cherry and a couple other folks. That's Massachusetts, I believe. Worcester, Massachusetts. Or I got to double check that. But that's coming up soon, and he's going to be with me on that one. Right now, we're still working out what to do with Penn Canifest. We're going to be there for Pennsylvania Canifest, trying to figure out if we can fit him.
Whoa. Penn Canifest. That's which one? Is that the one that's in later in the year? Not the 421, right?
No, the 421.
Yeah, the 421.
The one in April.
I think it's like maybe Mendo Dope Space Camp.
Yeah, that's I went there. I've actually interviewed Space Camp. I'm still trying to get damn.
I love those guys. They're great.
Oh, they're
I love them. Big up Dube and Oski.
Oski, yeah, absolutely. And Adu, yeah, they're kick ass, man. I love them. They came on our show. I met them. I'm going to be there this year. I'll be there. So I'll see you guys.
We'll see you then. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Like, are you playing?
Yeah, we're early. Like, I think we're the opening spot, like 10:30, something like that.
That ain't right. What do you get? I got to get up there early to get there to see you guys. God.
Yeah, but they're worth it.
It's always like that. They ended at like 5 o'clock.
They should be the closing act. Oh well,
Look, they have. I appreciate that, but they have a family like that has always been the same acts every year, and like they were nice enough to add us to the list, which we appreciate.
Absolutely, and I am thrilled. And I know a couple of my other friends. My friend Curly Kell, she usually goes with me, so she'll be going with me. It's in Kutztown, right? Kutztown, PA.
Yeah, Zig Productions throws it every year.
They do it in Florida too. Tell them you want to go to Florida with them.
We're doing that one. So we've been doing it for 3 or 4 years with these guys. So
What?
Yeah.
I've been there the last 2 years. I ain't seen you
That's
once.
why you got to get there at 10:30. Cultivated Mind. We've been there like 3-4 years in a row.
Like McDonald's breakfast,
Do
baby.
you remember the year it rained out in Pennsylvania and like had a mudslide at the very beginning?
Yes.
Yes, I was there for that one, but I played during the mudslide.
2 years ago, was it last year or 2 years ago, where I froze my freaking balls? It was beautiful on Saturday, and then Sunday it was like a blizzard, freaking freezing, so cold. It was ridiculous, but I was there, and I was trying to get, because I wanted to get the Cottonmouth Kings to come on, because I had they gave me back. I've had the Zick family on for interviews.
Nice.
They've come on and done an interview here because I love them. They do a 420.
Yeah, Jeff is awesome. Man. I love those guys.
They are awesome. The whole family. Yeah, I tried to get them back this year, but unfortunately, I think I was too late, and they're already getting prepped for it. So when it gets too busy, they don't have time for me. That being said, I will see you guys there. Curly Kel, 10:30. We got to be there, for crying out loud. I told you we got to get there earlier. Damn it. He never listens to me. Anyway, moving on. That's awesome. Cheesy and the Crackers was there last year too, weren't they?
Yeah, pick up them too. I love those guys as well.
I
man.
fucking love them. I want to get them on the show too. If you see any of these guys, tell them they need to come hang with the Hippie and Friends over here.
Oh, I got a whole list of people I can send you.
And all your friends, bands that are coming up. I'm always willing to help anybody coming up, because I'm never going to be a huge radio station, but I'm going to do my best, and I can help anybody. I'm going to help everybody. So that's what we're here for. Granny, I know you keep saying we're going to be great, but
great outlook.
Let's just roll it and we'll see what happens. I don't want to rush. Granny. Roll it and they will come. All right. That being said, moving on. If someone made a movie about Cultivated Mind, who's playing you?
Oh, me?
Yeah, who's playing you?
Yeah, both of you.
I don't.
Jim Carrey.
I don't know.
Not Jim Carrey.
He said Jack Black.
Jack Black?
Jack Black is playing who? You?
If you knew me, yeah.
Yeah.
Me,
right.
him.
John Belushi has left us, but that would have been my pick.
There you go.
Well, his brother's still with us, so it's like kind of close.
I like it.
Yeah, but Jim's tall and
yeah,
I'm a little squatty dude.
He's too sophisticated.
Yeah.
You're a little squatty dude. Is that what you said? You're a little squatty dude.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
it, not me. Remember that, Facebook. All right. Anyway, what's your go-to gas station snack when you're on the road? Burrito, frozen burrito.
Well, like I said, we have 7-Elevens down here, and I am a sucker for a 7-Eleven blueberry old-fashioned donut.
You just gave me. I just climaxed. Just made me climax.
I'm a sucker for that.
I am a sucker for that with my coffee, for crying out loud. I want the 7-Eleven coffee and a blueberry or a box of Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies. Used to get them from 7-Eleven. Those sons bitches were so good. Oh, that's why I'm a fat bastard over here now. Anyway,
what's your go-to, Tony?
What's your go-to snack, Tony?
I mean, this is gonna sound lame, but I'll be real with you. I love a sweet tea and white cheddar Cheez-Its.
Oh, white cheddar Cheez-Its are so good.
Not lame.
They are good. That is not lame at all, bro. That's pretty good. I like myself a sweet tea. I lived in North Carolina for a couple years, and I learned to love it and fell in love with it, and now I love it. Don't get very good up here in Pennsylvania, though. A couple places.
People offer you a Sprite when they don't have it. I'm like, you got sweet tea? And they go, no, but we have Sprite. And I'm like, it's not even in the same.
What? Tea and Sprite. There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to my world. Yes. Anyway, have you ever been pulled over while touring and had to explain what kind of band you are?
Big nods, yes.
I've not been pulled over on tour, but I've been pulled over on the way to band practice.
Okay, it counts.
So I have had to do that, not on tour.
We plan to get pulled over together this tour. Catch us.
Catch us on a new thing.
You're gonna release that live on TikTok as it's going on, so we can find it.
Yes, please record it so we have it.
Catch us on a mugshot.
Catch us on your evening news in a town near you.
I'll put merch out with you guys' faces in mugshots. There we go.
Look at
TC.
We're selling tickets to bail ourselves out.
All right.
Yeah. So a couple times in the same. Oh, you play guitars, you got music here, and that's usually the first thing is like the music stuff gets me out of whatever I'm sleepy or maybe cross the lane, whatever. Immediately they go, "Oh, I get it, man. You're actually tired and coming off work." And then they ask me what kind of music you play, and then it turns to shit. Yeah. So usually it's, "Oh, you're a musician. Okay, you're just trying to get home, man. What kind of music you play? Reggae." All right. Well, let me see your license. And then it's like, all right, man.
Walk the line over here. How many?
Hey, yeah, my friend with the drug dog is just gonna stop by. Do you mind if he just walks around your car?
Swing by.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, hold on a minute. What state are we in? I'd be like, maybe. Maybe I don't have a problem with it.
So a couple times. Yeah. It's happened a couple times. Weird.
Bad part about all these freaking half-ass states, you can drive through one, then you're going to get arrested in the next one. You're going to be all right in the next one. You're going to get arrested in the next one. Anyway, moving on because we're getting late already. I thank you guys for you guys good. It's after 9 already. I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Cool.
I got about 5 or 6 more questions left, and then we'll call it. All right, buddy?
Sure.
Guys.
Are you going to play one of their songs, though?
Oh, absolutely. You want me to do one now?
Well, I just, fangirling.
What's new? What's newest from you guys that I could play? Or what do you guys want me to play? I will be, if I have
Honestly, I almost want to dig up an old one.
Oh, well, tell me what you want to play. I got everything here, I think. Almost everything.
One that doesn't really get a lot of play is Cara Mia Divine. Or Cara Mia Divine. Caramia. And it's off No Quarter for Thieves.
I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, Cultivated Mind.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you guys hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I should have asked you. I'm sorry.
Let me hold another
moment in your eyes.
Under the stars, until we meet again at sunrise. Another chance to hold you in my arms. Well, Cara Mia Divine, we show up for emancipation. When it comes to the language of love, you know I speak, lady. So pardon any impoliteness, excuse all my gazing. Normally so sure of my movement, but girl, you got me hesitating. Yeah. A game of chess, she holds the pieces to my heart, but won't release them. You see, I'm caught in the web she's weaving. Still, I can't stand to be free again. No. Let me hold another moment in your eyes. One last dance under the stars, till we meet again at sunrise. Another chance to hold you in my arms.
There it is. There it is, everybody. I love it. Absolutely. I could sit and I do a lot more sitting. It's hard because we're only allowed to play you once an hour. And then sometimes we are also a classic rock radio station as well, because we're all older. You know,
I can tell we were listening earlier, and that's fine. We love that too.
Yeah, we play classic rock.
I'm the most random one, though. I
She's
get
the
away
most
with it because menopause.
Skunky's more classic rock, and I am more you guys. And then I can put some classic rock in as well. I try to, I'll play Bob Marley to get out of you guys and back into my classic rock. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like slipping away, try to sneak it in and out. But
thank you. For real. Thank you.
Love your music. I listen to it a lot more when I'm vibing or I'm sitting here working and I'm not on the air, and I have you guys. I have like a list of all your songs, and I just put it on random and let it play. And
thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
It
means a lot. Thank you.
I love your music. I think it's amazing. I still, like I said, I have a few more questions as long as you guys are cool with it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So question number, it doesn't matter what number. Who takes the longest to get ready when you're getting ready for a show, before the show? Who's got to do that?
Me? Is it me? Because I always have to.
You guys, are you vain? Like, do you have to?
No.
Are you worried about what you look like?
By no means.
Pretty regular average guys.
Pretty good. We get up there and go sweat our balls off. We're not really.
Yeah, I didn't take you for two vain guys going out there looking like Vanilla. No offense, Vanilla. I love you, bro. Vanilla Ice, getting yourself all dolled up to look good.
But I mean, like I said, I do need to go get myself into the right
state of mind. Yeah,
right. Exactly. And
Tony,
so I will sometimes have to go to my car and smoke, or go to the green room and smoke, and do whatever I need to.
Right. I got you. Yep. Okay. If your band van, does you guys have a band van?
SUV.
We got SUV.
Okay.
SUV.
Could talk. What's the first thing it would say? If it could talk, what's the first thing it would say? Help.
Just because it's a grilled chicken sandwich doesn't make it not fast food.
I've heard Mississippi. My wife says that one to me. I'm a bitch.
What do you think?
Shit. Oh man.
Your van sounds just like my wife. God damn it.
You know. That's pretty spot on, I'd say.
Fried chicken from Royal Farms again?
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like, are you sure you want, chicken tenders and biscuits?
This again, guys? Not again. All right. Here we go. What's your go-to munchie meal after a show?
Oh, that's it. That's my thing is Royal Farms.
Parker,
I get my
how are you? Good to see
3
you.
piece chicken tender, wedge and biscuit meal.
Yeah.
Every single time.
We have a chicken place that's connected to a gas station here, and they're getting pretty good. There's a couple of them around here now. They're chicken tenders and their biscuits. They got like the whole little thing. It's in all the gas stations. I know it must be a new thing going on around here in Pennsylvania. But yeah, you got like your Checkers, no, Chester's chicken, something like that, in all the gas stations. Anyway.
Crispy Crunchy is another big one.
Yeah, crispy crunchy,
crunchy chicken.
LOL, the sound of the police. Yes, that could be another one. Yep. Which one of you is more likely to get lost in a dispensary for 45 minutes?
Oh, probably me. Yeah.
Probably me.
I'm very picky.
I'm with you. I go in and I spend an hour in there at least every time I'm in there. They hate me. Yeah. I call it the churches.
Oh. Arcata says Church's chicken is what it is.
Oh, Church's. I love
Church's is banging.
Yeah. Yes, that's the one it was. I couldn't think of that. I'm sorry. I'm high. Yeah, Church's is a good one. What state are we in? I'm in a very good state. Oh, Pennsylvania. I thought she meant what state of mind, or they meant what state of mind. Herbal frequencies. What state are we in? I'm in a great state.
He's high too. It's all good.
All right, we're good. We're all good.
Big shout out to Herbal Frequencies, Tommy Lindsay. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Everybody. Yes, everybody. Thank you so much. What song of yours would make the best background music for someone rolling a joint in slow motion? I don't know where these questions come from. I don't make them up.
It wasn't me.
Granny did
I
this.
didn't write these questions. I swear.
Fast stuff.
I think that last song we just listened to was pretty good. I would roll a joint in slow motion to that.
That actually, yeah, it wouldn't be. Maybe I was thinking maybe Inaverse.
Yeah, maybe Inaverse or No Quarter.
Mhm.
Something more on the rootsier side.
Yeah. When you're like, sit upon the hill, ponder existence. I can see that being a good little.
Probably Inaverse.
That's me all day slow. Yeah, me too. Slow motion all day. That's all that matters. Anyway, final question, gentlemen. I can't thank you enough for being here. You ready? This one's a tough one, though. If you had to replace all of the well, tough for some of us that play all the instruments. If you had to replace all the instruments with random household items, what would you pick and why?
Ooh, I got.
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, I got percussion, so it's pretty easy. I can grab some pots and pans. I can grab some buckets, and I can grab a.
But you play other instruments, don't you, as well? We have to replace them all. So trumpets, maracas, whatever you're playing, bongos, regular.
Might have to grab a salt and pepper shaker.
The salt and pepper shaker, the cheese grater.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, cheese grater.
Yeah, the old metal cheese grater.
PVC pipe. Use the trumpets.
PVC pipe.
You can make flutes and horns out of PVC pipe.
Make a didgeridoo
you can
out of one of those. Yeah, make a
down that rabbit hole on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube has millions of videos on ways to
Don't forget funnels.
Funnels, right? Spoons. You can play the spoons. No, I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm getting lost up in my spoons. I want to thank you guys so very much. First thing I want to ask you is please stick around. I want to have you guys do a little shout out, if you wouldn't mind, saying that you love WTHC Radio, something to that effect. I want to thank everybody who's been here. Adventures of Ozito, you're very late. Very late. Shame on you. Shame.
Hey, she's been busy all day. She gets a break. I swear.
It's okay. Rerun when the show is over. But thank you for being here. That being said, I want to thank everybody out there on Live 365 and TuneIn for being here and listening in. You guys are amazing. Stick around for Can't Talk at All. Paul, he'll be here for the next few hours until midnight when Crazy Codex comes in to rock your asses off. Until then, peace, love, hippie hugs, and a whole shitload of nugs to the radio. All right, they're gone.
Peace.
You guys over here on Facebook and YouTube, you guys rock. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Cultivated Mind, you guys are amazing. I am ecstatic. I'm ecstatic that you guys
Thank you so much.
It's the 19th, right? They're doing it the day before because Easter is the 20th. Is that true?
Yes, correct.
So it's only the 19th this year, one day only. Usually it's the 2 days for the weekend.
We'll be with Space Camp. We'll be kicking it with Space Camp.
Cultivated Mind, Space Camp, Mendo Dope. Cottonmouth Things should be there. If they are, I hope. The time they were having technical issues last year when I was there, and they weren't able to. I left right before they went on, and I was like, and then I heard they went on. I was so pissed. I was like, because it was so cold on that Sunday. I was like freezing my ballies off. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for being here. You have an open invitation. Please you got my email. Please send me videos so I can play your videos. Days ago, they sent me yesterday. I asked them and they sent me it on YouTube. I have it on YouTube. I don't need it on YouTube. I need it in an MP4 or a wave so I can play it on here. YouTube.
We'll get you something nobody has yet. We'll get you something that hasn't even been dropped yet.
Awesome. Even better. If you made a WTHC radio. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. You guys yes. I can't wait to see you in April next month, a couple weeks. That's only a couple weeks away. That's awesome. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'll be there.
All
right. Everybody, stick around. You guys, it's going to look like we're leaving, but we're not really leaving. We'll be here. Please stay. Don't go anywhere. Everybody out there on Live 365 and Tune. Oh, I said goodbye to them already. Facebook, YouTube. Thank you so very much. Have a great night, and we'll see you. The 20th. Don't laugh at me. The 20th.
Goodbye again.
The clan on the 20th. Come back. We'll be here.
Smoke your worries away. In the green room we'll stay. In the green room. Folk up in the green room. Smoke your worries away. In the green room we'll